Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Jared Hazen before the 2019 Lake Sonoma 50 mile. How are you, Jared?
Doing great, Brian. How are you?
All right. You're just getting into town on a beautiful day.
Yeah, just getting up here. Kind of long day of travel from Flag, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah. How do you deal with the travel? Are you all right with
Realistically, today isn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour flight and then a bit of a drive, but traffic's kind of crazy around here, so it feels a little more stressful. But yeah, no biggie.
Get out on the line on the trails, like
get a little
in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then go to bed. So.
Nice. Well, since we've last chatted, you had an amazing run at JFK 50 last year. Can you walk me through that a little bit?
Yeah. I just showed up kind of feeling in shape and fresh, and with Zach Miller in the field and Eric Sensman, I think we all just wanted to run hard and push, and I think we all know how Zach is of like always keeping the pace honest. So yeah, we just kind of worked together for a long chunk of the race, and then at the end I just kind of felt that I had the strength and was able to pull away from Eric and Zach in the last 10 miles, and ended up being a really great run on kind of a sloppy conditions day.
I mean,
yeah,
you easily the second fastest time, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, and Jim had a really good day. So you can't,
I was there when I was crewing Jim when he ran 5:21, and it was a really nice day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was stoked.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I was stoked about it.
Yeah. And since then you've gone and run 9 trails. Was that a real focus race, or was that a nice early season workout?
Yeah.
I mean, like not
kind of a good kind of last real long one before this. And it was kind of like my week of spring break from school, so just kind of decided to make an excuse to go out to Santa Barbara for a week and train on some dry trails. So.
And how's that going? School?
It's good, yeah. Keeping me really busy. So I'm looking forward to summer break coming up here.
And what are you studying?
Studying microbiology.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So some intense studying and some lab time.
Yeah, some tough stuff. This is my first semester taking OChem. So that's kind of been...
you just brought back some nightmares.
Yeah. It's been probably my toughest semester yet, but yeah, getting through.
Nice. Back in 2015, I really think of Lake Sonoma, your race here, is like your breakout. Like, does it feel that way in retrospect?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that on the flight here. Like, I came in, it's like just some 19-year-old nobody kid. And, took third and then went on to take third at States like a couple months later, and that kind of definitely catapulted me in the right direction of kind of how I came to be here, I guess. Yeah.
And how do you feel like 4 years later that you're maybe established yourself, like not only to the community, but to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've kind of accomplished some things that were long-term goals, and like I'm setting like new big goals, but yeah, I feel like I'm really at the point now where, you know, this is where I wanted to be like 6 years ago when I started on this like ultra running journey. Like, this is the position I wanted to be in, showing up at big races and contending for the win. And it's like that, I feel like I'm in that position now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're the top returning runner from last year, and you're really strong, obviously, right now. How do you think, might pan out with some of those other top runners this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to win this weekend, but it's a good field. I think one of the deeper fields I think Sonoma's seen in a little while, at least. 2015 was another pretty good year. But yeah, he's got some international guys coming this year with Tom Evans, and then Stephen from France. Seb
Speller,
from France.
And you've been over to Templier before, like. That's a really good field, and
it's a good field.
He's won
pretty similar to this as far as like, the profile, I guess. It's not exactly the same, but I think running well there bodes well for running well here.
I mean, who do you think might be the one or two biggest challenges for the front?
I think Tom for sure, and then Dakota, Max, I'd put those guys up there too of kind of guys to beat. Yeah.
And is this a step along the way toward Western States, or is this kind of an aim into itself?
Both. I mean, I'd love to run Western States this year, and I don't have a golden ticket yet. So this needs to be.
Now, does that change your approach to this? Like, which matters more, like going for it and like crushing it on Saturday, or could it be being a little more conservative and trying to get that spot? Because it would increase your chances.
Yeah, I think I'll be going for it Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I think with who's in the field right now, you could take 5th and get a ticket for sure on Saturday, just because a lot of people already have their tickets. But I'm in good shape. I'm feeling good, and I've kind of started to find out that doesn't always happen all the time. Like, it's a little more rare than you might think. So yeah,
you've battled injuries on and off the last couple of years, like in some pretty intense injuries.
Yeah, yeah. I went from like not dealing with injuries, and running a ton, and then all of a sudden it was just like I got in a bad cycle of like sacral stress fracture in my femoral neck, some pubic symphysis stuff. So been like, some really nasty ones that required like, a couple months off at a time.
And have you been healthy since before JFK and not like straight through?
Yeah. So that's been really fun.
Have you had to temper your training or your approach, or like have you changed your approach in respect to those injuries?
I'm a little bit more careful with training. I think I've realized it's more like the big weeks I try to analyze like risk reward, like, because usually it's like I'm in really good shape. What's the point of running 150 miles this week? Like, what am I going to gain versus 120? Trying to be better at like thinking of training that way, as opposed to like, this is the plan I have and this is what I'm going to do before the race. So
it doesn't mean maybe that you won't do a 150-mile week, but it'll be intentional. It'll be, this is part of my plan. I'm rested.
It'll be more something like, maybe I'll do it before states. Like, do I need to do it before Sonoma type thing? Just trying to be a little smarter about kind of what I'm doing every week. So
yeah. Have you learned anything else over the last like 4 years? Or any like big lessons as you've progressed?
I think, one thing with ultras is like, you just got to show up and be ready to go. Because if you're lackadaisical or, you make a few mistakes, like, they're still hard races. Like, no matter how many times you do them or like how experienced you are, like, it's hard, and you're going to have to dig deep and you're going to have to want it. And yeah, these things, they don't come easy. You have to.
Have you found that you have to mentally be invested in each particular race rather than just be like, oh, I'm an ultra runner, I can go race 50 miles any day?
I think exactly that, of like, in picking races that you get excited about, not, you can't just like show up on a 100K starting line and being like, oh, I'm here because it's a nice area, I'm on vacation, I'm going to run 62 miles. It's like, that's not really how it works.
Yeah, so nice. Well, I hope you enjoy it out there this weekend, and maybe you get that win this weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Jared.